Miss Edith Hapgood's young life fell into two parts, the first spanning her birth to the summer of 1808, when she was 11, and the second being all that came after. Until that eventful summer, as the fourth and youngest daughter of Squire Richard Hapgood of Bramley, Somerset, Edith lived quietly at home among her immediate family. There was little money and few servants, which meant the house and grounds, though large and extensive, were rather dilapidated, and the family glory considerably diminished. When her father was not riding to hounds, he stamped about, roaring harmlessly, and never at her, while her mother kept to her chamber, nursing imaginary ailments. Edith never had a regular governess, though her two eldest sisters, Elfrida and Alice, did, at one point, before the money ran out. There were occasional spells with a dancing master or a drawing master in her childhood, but most education she received had been scrambled into, learned from Elfrida or from books in the family library, collected by a more scholarly forebear and frequently stuffed with plant samples Alice collected. As for friendship, while Edith's two eldest sisters petted and made much of her, it was the sister closest in age to her who provided the most company, though Margaret never forgot her 4 years of seniority and took care that Edith should not either. Because the Hapgoods hadn't the means to live on a grand scale, each of the daughters found occupation at home. Collectively they read aloud and played cards, and occasionally danced, played and sang. Individually, Elfrida sewed and embroidered. Alice was for ever out of doors, catching creatures and insects. Margaret practised on the spinnet or sewed with Elfie, or drew with Edith, being more interested in companionship than any particular activity. But Edith could never remember a time when she was not trying to capture the world and the people around her, in pencil, in charcoal, in paint, on a slate, on paper, on a frosted window pane, on the end pages or in the margins of books. Nor did anyone in the family reprimand her for defacing their meagre library. Alice only said, "Why, Edie, your illustrations are better than the original." And Elfie only asked her to sketch scenes of shepherds and shepherdesses, that she might use them as embroidery designs. Even the squire, who had no eye for art, or, indeed, for anything that did not bark or gallop or fly, even the squire recognised his youngest daughter's gift and took pride in it. He might grumble and curse when his good-for-nothing brothers-in-law requested loans. He might roll his eyes heavenward when the quarterly doctor's bill from Mr. Lewis came. But if Margaret mentioned that little Edie's charcoal pencils were worn to nubs, or that everyone had better be satisfied to be painted all in red or brown, for Edie was running low on other colours, the squire was sure to find the money somewhere. Thus, indulged by all and encouraged to pursue what she loved best, Edith Hapgood passed her first 11 years with little to trouble her, and she was surprisingly unspoiled in spite of it.